Alright, Bambinos. So, my last video I painted up this Death Guard and I asked for suggestions of what base scheme I should do. And the most popular one was a Martian rusty orange type base. So that's what I'm going to do today. So, the first thing I need to do is to take this guy off his base, and using my magic kung fu powers, I shall now karate chop him off of the base. This is going to be quick, so make sure you watch. Akacha! Boom! That's what I call some ninja skills there. So now we've got him off his base, we can just put him to one side where he can watch on and watch what's going on with his base. If I stand up, there you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a base on this handle just so it's easier to hold, so I don't have to worry about dropping it anywhere. So there you go, it's on its base there. And the first step, obviously, is to put some Martian sand down. So I've got my PVA glue. This is really old PVA glue. I think I got it in a mega paint set quite a while ago. So it's not the best, but I'll water it down a little bit if that will work. Okay, and then I'll get a rubbish brush. Yeah, you're rubbish. Ugh, this PVA is not good. But hopefully it should work. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint on this PVA glue. There you go. It's not very good PVA glue. It's very old. It's almost completely dried up. So I had to add quite a bit of water to it, but hopefully it should still work. So now the PVA glue's on there, I've got my sand, which is, I think it's very old Games Workshop sand. So what I'm going to do, open the bag, take him off there, and just throw him in. And just squish it around, make sure it gets covered. Take it off and have a look. Go, that's not bad. So what I do now is just add a little bit more PVA glue to the areas that nothing's stuck to. So add some more around here. Like that. And then again, drop it in there, squish it down. And there you go, that's pretty much well covered. But for the next step, we need that PVA glue to have dried totally. So I'll pause it here and then we'll come back when that's fully dried. Okay, so I've left it a little while and this is all perfectly secured on there now. So the only thing to do is just to clean off the ends, because as you can see, there's been a bit of a spillage. So what I normally do is I just use my nail to clean around the edge. just to get this, just to get all those little wonky bits off. Okay, there you go. So as you can see, the base there, all the sand is now on the top, which is where we want it. So what we're going to do, just to make it easier to hold, I'm just going to put it in a holder like this, so I can hold it like that. And then the first stage is we're going to use some orange ink, and we're just going to soak all the sand. So soak all the sand orange ink, and that should colour it. So let's do that now. I did check, and look, it's still liquid. You see that? Nice. So I just grab a brush, and then we're just going to take it right out of the pot. We're not going to water it down at all, and then we're just going to blob it on. And you can see already this is giving it that orange, that orangey colour. So this takes a long time to dry as well, obviously, because this is ink. But normally I'd be doing like 5 or 10 of these at the same time. So by the time we finished 5 and get back to the first one, it's a lot drier. So it doesn't matter that it's got on the side there, because that'll be cleaned up later. So we just fully ink it, and there you go. And that's the start of the base there. So what I'll do is I'll now jump cut to when this is dry. Okay, so now the ink's dry. You can see it's completely dry. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to dry brush some red onto the base here. So that's the plan. So I've got some red on my brush here. The pot paint was quite empty, quite dried out, so ideal for dry brushing. So we're just going to give it a light dusting, just to bring out a little bit of that red colouring. Like that. So it's got a bit more of the red. I don't know if you can see that. I'll put a picture up of what the base looks like now, after I put the red on there. I think to finish up, because I don't think much more needs to be done if I'm honest, is to do a very, very light dusting of Bugman's Glow. Just a very light. So let's see how that will look. So let's get an actual dry brush, shall we? There you go. This is a Games Workshop one. It says dry on it, so that's good. Okay, so I've got rid of the majority of the paint on there now. So now it's just a very light dry brushing of this over it, just to give it that little bit of an extra highlight. So again, I'll put a picture of that up here, what that looks like now. Okay, so let's reattach him to the base. So I'm just going to use a bit of super glue here. Okay, so I've got him stuck to his base now. You can see he's there quite happily stuck to his base. So I want 2 more things left to do. The first is I just want to move some of the colour that we've put onto the base up into his, just like his feet, really. Just up a little bit into his feet, so it looks as if he has actually like been tramping around in the Martian soil for a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of Bugman's Glow and just very lightly, like we did on the base, do a dry brush just very lightly on his feet and lower legs. Very lower legs, because we don't want this to overpower any of the painting we've done already. So all I'm going to do is just very lightly just give it that. Just give it that little hint. His lower legs are dusty. From the Martian soil there. Or the, not necessarily Martian soil, but, you know, soil from a like a Mars-like planet. It's not necessarily Mars he's running about on at the moment. Well, I don't really imagine that Death Guard really run anywhere. I imagine that they more just mosey, I guess. So I lied when I said there was two things. There's three things. Another thing I want to do is I just want to put some like goop on his base to show that he has been, you know, walking around and there is some goop that's dropped off him. So to do that, I'm going to get a little bit of Hormigant purple. And a small brush. And then all I'm going to do is just a few drops on the base and around where the super glue is actually made like kind of a shiny sludge. So I'll add to that with a little bit of this, because you can just imagine that he's leaving goopy footprints everywhere he goes, and it's only very subtle. I don't want to go crazy with it. There you go. So just a few blobs here and there. And now the final thing to do is to rim the base. Now I know a lot of people like to rim the base in black, or like back in the old days in the mid-90s they used to be green. But I think for this base a good brown would be in order. So I've managed to find some snakebite leather. So I'm going to use that to rim the base, because I think it will play off well on the more reddy colour on the top. Of course, if this looks terrible, I'll just black rim it, but you've got to try. This hobby's all about experimenting. So let's see what this looks like. I'm not sure what I think at the moment. I think it's going to need more than one coat. So what do you think? It will need another coat, so let's just double up, do that extra coat. There you go. So, what do you think? Do you think that that brown really brings out the red, or do you think it'd be better off black? I couldn't find any gloss varnish at all, as the other suggestion mentions that maybe I could gloss varnish up the tentacles and such. But unfortunately, I don't have any at the moment. So I'll see if I can get hold of some at some point, but I'm not sure when. So yeah, what do you think? Let me know down in the comments if you think brown was the right way to go, or if I should go back and just black up the rim of the base instead. Also, let me know what you think of the base. Did I go far enough? Did I go the easy way? Do you think I should have done more, like maybe with cork or like other basing materials instead of just using the basic sand? Let me know what you think. Any suggestions? I will try and take on board, and I shall see you all next time. But remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already, and hit that bell. Go on, hit it. All right, see you later. Bye bye now.